in some ways,
everybody.
in some ways, it's less about seeing you and more not seeing all the branches.
Yeah, the camera has its own ad. Hello, everybody. Welcome. We just got out of a 5-man Titania clear. We're actually doing pretty good. Still a little rough around the edges, but we've definitely got the idea of the max. We're killing her more than she's killing us, so
Yeah,
there's something to be said for that.
And what was the one mechanic that was bamboozling you before, and what have we done about it?
The Phaelite, which was the
Okay.
tank, tether between the tank and the off tank. What we did
Okay.
for it is, one, we put in an off tank, which we didn't have
Me.
before,
Yep.
and two, we stacked instead of trying to break the tether.
Yeah, that's right. You were trying to break the tether, and that does not work.
Yeah, in this case, we need to stack and throw up a couple a defensive or two.
Before I was off tanking that, what were you doing for the lightning?
I
think mostly action was eating it, but
yeah, he was eating it and Super Bowl-lighting himself through the last bits.
was he off tanking early on?
Yeah. We basically were one healer, one DPS, and 2 tanks. Just to control the lightning tether.
Okay. And we swapped off tanks.
Correct.
Glad to help.
You're actually doing a good job off tanking. Pat yourself on the back.
Off tanking is not too bad. It's main tanking that is a little more challenging.
Well, this is why I'm main tanking and you're off tanking.
Yes.
In any case, what are we doing tonight? I think we're talking to Alfie over there, who's looking kind of sad and lonely. Well, he's not lonely. He's hanging out with you, Gary, and she's always a conversationalist. Hello, Spike. Hello, Aki. Hello, Foxfire. It is awesome to see you people. Oh, but yeah, Titania. I could tell people were definitely tired, though, between that and poor Suki having a sticky joystick and occasionally going into auto walk and walking right off the edge. That never helps. But it's one of those controller things that happens. Hey, Gary. We're ready to depart at your earliest convenience, but say the word and we shall follow. Yoko? I hope this proves to be... Okay.
Kikyo.
Yeah.
Kikyo.
I hope this proves to be the final leg of our journey. The Malms have taken their toll. I bet. Kugani is not...
There's been more than enough of them.
Erdoma is not that, near. Hello, Doodles! Kasasagi?
Many great and terrible beasts roam the wastes of Mordona, yes? Then we must needs keep a closer eye on the children.
Yes.
Yeah, the wildlife in Mordona is nothing to ignore.
Yeah, watch out for those Nixes.
Which will definitely not let you ignore them.
No. They want all the attention.
All due respect. Alphino would have you and Yugiri depart for Revenant's Toll without delay. It is past time Lady Yugiri met with the guild representatives in Revenant's Toll. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here in Thanalan which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to the Doman delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak first with Slafborn upon your arrival. He is the one with whom the Domans will be working most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Yugiri to Minfilia and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, the resulting ties should stand the Domans in good stead for that which is to come. Safe travels, Ladonia. Rena.
Will do. Oh, someone petted my... Oh, Someone's petting my little buffalo. Okay, so we're off to Mordona?
Yep. Let's check. Yeah, okay, that's largely the same.
Okay, off to Mordona. So, we going by Chocobo carriage or Eorzea?
Up to you, probably Eorzea.
She's a good burb. She tries really hard. Oh, thank you so much, Spike. That is awesome. And congrats to Ace.
Mm-hmm.
That is just the sweetest thing ever. Thank you.
Stop that.
Yeah, I'm kind of mixed about the channel. It's like we have a lot of fun doing this. Don't get us wrong. But there's also the thing of, do we want to actively promote it to try and get bigger? Are we happy where it is? And if we do promote it to get bigger, that also comes with its own host of problems to have, if that makes sense. But I am very thankful and grateful for all the people who come hang out with us, and all the people who come and watch our stream later on when we're off air. Trust me, I get to see some of those views, so I know you people are out there. We actually technically have more people come and watch our videos after we finished streaming on Twitch than we do during the actual course of the stream. Go fig.
Well, we are a bit late for some people.
Yes, we're late for some people. Most of the country that we'd be aimed at is already gone to bed. But at the same time, I'm very grateful for those who do come hang out with us. Even when we're being tired and dorpy.
Something like that.
No! Don't hit me! Bad Mac. Bad Mac. Yeah, that's about right, Ace.
Yeah, well.
So, live letter was Friday. Oh boy. Do we got a lot of interesting things incoming. We got, of course, new MSQ. We've got the new Alliance Reign, which will be its own little self-contained story, which typically that's what Alliance Raids are, so that's kind of news, but not really news. We've got, like, 2 or 3 new side quest things coming in. One is called Tataru's Endeavors, and hopefully we'll be streaming a lot of that on our mains Monday, Wednesday, Friday once it hits. I'm debating whether we want to do the Alliance Raid first, or do we want to do MSQ first? Yeah.
MSQ?
It's the big question. More about the life letter in a bit. Hey, Slothborn!
And this must be the esteemed Lady Eorzea and her associates. I greet you all as friends and bid you welcome to the toll. I hope you do not find our dearth of fineries off-putting. Poor though we may seem, we have a wealth of spirit and camaraderie to spare. You see, race and creed don't enter into it here. We welcome all sorts, provided they're willing to earn their keep, of course.
We are no strangers to hard work, Master Slothborn. You may rest assured that we will carry out your orders with due diligence.
Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray understand, I give the same speech to all new arrivals. You needn't bow your head or call me master either. We're both frontier hands as far as I'm concerned.
As you wish, Slathborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship.
Our guests have yet to meet the antecedent. 7 hells, Ladonia. Why are you wasting time with me? See them to the Rising Stones.
Okie dokie. Yeah, don't worry about too much about catching up. Just sit back and have fun. That's the important part. One of the things that I just absolutely love about FF14 is content very rarely, if ever, goes bad. Or stale. You can always find people to run with. You can always do the content at your own pace. Don't feel forced. And trust me, that's a godsend.
Yeah. That was one of the problems Guild Wars 2 ran into, though they definitely made efforts to fix it after the first time.
Yeah. To whom much is given, much is expected. Forgive me.
You went straight to Yagiri?
Yeah, sorry.
Shame on you.
Hold on. Switching cameras.
Oh, too late. I joined you.
Forgive me. I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your leader. We shall join you at the Rising Stones anon.
I don't know. Think there's any anime fans in the house?
Hmm.
Oh, you have no idea what you're setting loose with that question.
Kasasagi?
Okay. The sentries appear more than capable. Even so, it may be best to forbid people from venturing beyond the walls unescorted. For the time being, at least.
I actually think that's an excellent idea.
Yeah, some of the things out there are pretty nasty, and I don't mean the mixes.
At long last, we have the opportunity to prove our worth. You shan't regret this, mesdames. The Rising Stone is in the 7th heaven, yes? We shall follow anon.
You do this. The toll owes much to the generous contributions of the Elder Seedseer and the Antecedent. I know you were involved too. Give the Mughals Guard and their king what for, eh? Well done.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Tokyo Revengers. I have not had a chance to watch it. I've got too many things in my backlog list. And I have been a bad bun about my backlog list.
Yes, and I keep trying to shake some of it loose for you. But we finally finished off World Trigger.
Yes, for now.
That took how long?
That series is Shonen Jump long. It is actually a Shonen Jump story. But at least it has the advantage is it's probably one of the best Shonen Jump stories I've ever seen. It just starts off a little soft.
Yeah, but I mean, how long did we take to go through it?
A couple months.
More than a couple. I think more in the order of like 6. And we probably averaged almost 2 episodes a week.
2, sometimes 3 to 4, depending on schedules.
As I said, averaged.
Mm-hmm.
We started off with no more than 1 a week for a long time. And then Vulpix started getting insistent.
She hates cliffhangers, and it's all about the cliffhangers. Oh my god.
Went all the way in.
To Your Eternity is actually really good. There is supposed to be a second season of that coming up.
Do I know that one?
You have not seen it. It's one of these ones that after my dad passed away, it's really hard for me to show it to everyone else in the household. I'm not ready to rewatch that yet. And I think Spike understands why.
I have to say, I have a bit of an urge to rewatch Alice and Zoroku
Spike.
because he reminded us so much of your dad.
Yeah. If you like To Your Eternity, if you have Netflix, I cannot recommend Violet Evergarden highly enough. It is excellent. We've yet to see the movie, but part of the reason why is it's hard to schedule a 2.5-hour movie.
Yeah.
But seriously, Violet Evergarden is just awesome sauce.
Yeah, it took me a little while to get into it, but around the second half definitely did more for me than the first half. But the guys were liking it from the get-go, which with Dave is saying something.
Anyway, Minfilia? She's looking at us longingly.
Yes.
I think she wants to talk with us. And then she ignores us to go talk to a link pearl. Nice. 'Tis no use. Our attempts to reach the students of Baldessian continue to meet with failure. Eorzea has explored all avenues of inquiry, but they too have yielded not. We will persevere, of course. Within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of that which we already know.
We need to finish Eureka.
How fare the Domans? I am given to understand that you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay.
As always.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unresolved.
No.
No, we don't question it at all. I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny that this matter falls outside our normal purview. This is also true, but we're still not questioning it. Be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it is within our power to help them. Lady Yugiri is here? Please, show her in. I should very much like to meet her. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady. But are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Revenant's toll could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together.
As ever, it has been a pleasure. It has been a pleasure, antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Should you require aught else, pray speak with Slothborn, Lady Yugiri, Ladonia, Rena. Stoic nods all around.
It is what we adventurers do best. Stoic nodding. Kasasagi?
Mayhap I worry overmuch. With so many able-bodied adventurers about, what beast could pose a threat? You have no idea.
I dare not give myself to hope in full, but for the first time in many moons, I am willing to do so. I am amazed that none here knew of the War of Succession until we arrived. Have you truly heard naught of what has transpired? Not a bit. Please inform us. Laman and I will make the necessary preparations to ensure that our Doman friends feel at home upon their arrival. Though I must admit, I am still troubled about the matter of the missing crystals. Ishtola should be returning anon with a report from the field. Mayhap you can wait here and speak with her upon her arrival.
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet. Which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning a fleet with such crystals as they have hoarded. Eorzea, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Ugh.
Oh dear, another headache. We get things way too frequently.
Cloud moment.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Oh,
Whence
if it was only
comes this promise
simple.
of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not?
Unfortunately.
Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the Echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
That's one way of putting it.
Aye, a primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
Primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
I would love to have Yugiri in our trust system.
Yes.
Oh, one of the things that is definitely dropping with 6.1 is they are going to be adding the duty support system, which is the new name for the trust, for all of AAR original content. So that's going to be a godsend.
The sea rises. And Philia wishes to share some final words on the coming mission prior to departing for Limsa Lominsa.
Plainly, should the worst come to pass, Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse will be to face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think that an eventual You may very well think that eventually inevitable. Yet so long as they can change that primal's... Yet so long as there is even a chance the primal's return might be prevented, we must needs bend all our efforts towards achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to Limsa Lominsa and meet with the Admiral. She will not have been idle in her intervening time, and will doubtless have a valuable information to share. So I guess it's off to see the Admiral.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, same as before. Kind of. Basically,
Yeah.
more clear expression of go see the Admiral.
Yep. Visit with some of the people out here.
Oh, where'd Tataru go?
No. Over here. Yeah, everyone moved around.
Well, I can't see where you are, so...
You know the bar where Flahaman usually is?
Mhm.
Table opposite of that? Tataru, Flahaman, and Ida.
Huh. Hey, girls! What's going on? Got any juicy guy rumors? As her mother, I'm ever concerned for Renfilia's safety. But she is her own woman now. If she would venture into the midst of danger, I will not bar her way. Even though Thancred will be watching out for her, I can't help but fear for Lady Renfilia. This Leviathan business has everyone all wound up. But I say at times like this, what we need to get is unwound. Thank you, Yida.
There you go, performing twice weekly the wisdom of Ida. Or
Cult
what
name?
passes for it.
You Doing okay there?
Pain is but a weakness leaving the body.
You keep telling yourself that. Ori?
What are you doing? Must impress Lady Ida. Ah! Really? Trying to press Ida?
Papa Lima, what are these two up to?
If you are to hold the fort during missions, you must be no less than fully prepared. See that you dedicate every spare moment to your training. Oh, you're egging them on.
Thanks! You're supposed to be the smart one! Is that really wise? Yeesh. Well, I guess we're not done with this patch as we thought we were. We're off to Limsa.
Oh, no, I could have told you that. We do have a ways to go. So... Odd Taxi and My Dress Up Darling have been mentioned.
Yes.
Can't say I know them.
I've heard of both of them, have not checked them out. They're more of this previous season's offering.
Well, yeah.
I know the guys are really enjoying Ascension of a Bookworm, which is highly recommended as well.
Yeah,
it does
which has a third season coming.
Yes, looking forward to that third season.
Yeah, the only new thing we watched last season was the second series for Restaurant to Another World.
Which was more of the same food porn. Do not watch while hungry.
Yeah, watch right after having a good meal because you will come out of it starving for whatever they served up otherwise. And maybe even if you did go into it well fed.
Yeah, well, food porn. Some of the better food porn, actually.
Yes. Well, what's really nice is that it's kind of centered around food porn, but you know, they do all these nice little character stories which are getting more complex and interweaved as it goes on.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a good balance going.
And of course, the slow merger between Funimation and Crunchyroll is continuing. All new series that were going to premiere on Funimation are now going to be on Crunchyroll, and I need to remember to go and cancel my Verve subscription because that is just withering and dying.
Yeah, and there's no new Lost Man, so it's not like we want it for that.
Yeah, as much as I would love to see more Last Man. That was a good series.
Which we should explain a little bit. VRV, which apparently they pronounced Verve. It's VRV, sorry.
Yeah, VRV.co.
Which is a service that was basically bringing together several different streaming services, including Crunchyroll and Mondo and High Dive, which is now gone, and a few others. It's down to Crunchyroll and Mondo at the moment.
Yeah, they also had Boomerang and Curiosity Stream,
yes,
and several others that were all owned by AT&T/Warner Brothers. And all those, of course, went away because Crunchyroll was sold off from Warner Brothers to Sony, which already owned Funimation.
Yeah. Anyway, the main thing we ever watched on Mondo was a French series called Last Man. There's a comic / series of graphic novels with that title, same universe, and maybe some of the same characters. Not sure. The animated series is a prequel, and I have no idea how you get from the end of the series to the beginning of the comic.
Yeah, it's just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I highly
There's still a large gap.
I highly recommend Last Man, but do say with a big caveat that if it was a movie, it would be a very hard R.
Yes, for multiple reasons. But it does get to be hilarious on occasion.
And it is exceedingly gory.
Yes, that's part of the R.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I am not into horror, so I've just been avoiding Junji's work.
Who, what? Oh, Junji Ito.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm allergic to horror. Hiya.
I poke at you. Poke.
Okay.
So that's generally one genre. It's like, oh, horror. We'll put that over there. At the same time, other people really like it, and that's apparently some of the better stuff out there. So have at ye.
Well, I know the name. Hasn't he done some things we have seen?
No, they're pretty much known for horror. Well, I make a correction. I actually rather enjoy a lot of Takahashi's horror because it's all psychological. But that's an exception to the rule and not,
Yeah.
And of course, she's more known
Future
for her
weddings.
romance comedies, so
Yeah. Action romance comedies.
that's one way of putting it.
'Cause
Hello?
they are generally very much action-based.
Yes, and I'm more of an action person.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to see the Admiral. Off to the command room! Woohoo!
Taking a look at what Junji Ito's done. No, don't know any of it. Could have sworn there was a couple of things that he'd done that I knew something of, but nope.
Hey, Admiral! I'd like to steal your coat at some point. Just wanting to let you know, right?
You can steal her coat, but she'll have to kill you.
Welcome, friends. I take it Y'shtola has appraised you of the situation. Let us waste no time then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahagin had not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing as far as Thanalan to supplement their cache. For more short-sightedness, we are facing with the grim prospect that the Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I am not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we would welcome the Scion's support in this endeavor. But if, gods forbid, our efforts should come to naught, we will need to trouble you for more than a mere support, much as we did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Menphilia, I am given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have sound reason for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn by their nature. I will say only that there is something I would see with mine own eyes. Is that so? Well, I'm not so stubborn as to deny the wish of one whose aid I require, but precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, we shall speak of the operation. Lieutenant Fritz, our scouts have currently recognized the Sahuagin movements within the Sapsa spawning grounds. Upon completion of their mission, they will return to the operation staging point in Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith, that you might be appraised of the latest intelligence. Commander Flockbreda has charge of the garrison. Foxfire, that is the correct reaction to Admiral Blosflin. She is probably my favorite commander and leader of all the original city-states.
Okay.
In case I wasn't clear, the time is short, lieutenants. Make haste to Camp Skull Valley and request the latest intelligence from Commander Flockbreda. There may not be a better chance to learn the true nature of the Echo. I cannot well allow the opportunity to pass me by. Hey, Admiral, where's your shadow? He's not here, which is very odd.
He might be busy down at the dry docks.
True.
As we will find out more in just a little bit.
This way. Yeah, going back to earlier cutscene stuff, the game actually does go into an entire side storyline of what happened with the students of Baldessian. Unfortunately, due to sanity reasons, the Buns will not be doing that side story.
Considering that our mains have yet to finish that one.
Yeah. They keep finding other things to occupy their time instead of finishing that one. I am not a fan of the special zones that they do. I know a lot of other people are, but it's a case of...
Well, admittedly, that one did get a lot of people's ire.
Well, it was really mixed. Because a lot of people who, played 11 and 1.0 really loved it. Because it reminded them a lot of 11.
I just remember Ursi's reaction.
Yeah, I eventually had to remind her that it was optional and you didn't have to do it if you didn't care. And she's like, frick this, I'm out!
Or just the bit when she was, trying to press us into getting through the story faster and joining everyone in the game, and I'm going, but end game means Eureka, and we all know what that means, and she's just, okay, fine.
Yeah. Now, I will agree that Bosjo was definitely a step up.
Yes.
They learned a lot of lessons from Eureka for Bosja.
Yeah, and if they learn even more lessons from Bosja, we may get somewhere really good. So it might still take another iteration after that.
I've been expecting you, the Science of the Seventh Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return. Well, that's the hope.
Okay, let's see here. These are both Ent 90s. Or at least casting 90s. Those are necklaces, right?
Yes!
Okay, I've got a 70 and a 130.
Yeah, I think you went for the 70.
Yeah, casting it is.
Speaking of which...
Since this one was such a short thing, it was no problem to just repeat the scene to get back at it.
Why am I wearing an Allegan choker of striking as Red Mage?
I know, it gives you some of the weirdest recommendations.
I'm like, wait, what? I think I chose the right one. Holy moly. Let's change that
probably
out.
came through on one of the recommendations.
Yeah, I've got a dexterity wristband, a strength and vitality ring,
Yeah.
and 2 strength and vitality rings. Oh, and this one has tenacity on it. Oh my god, my Red Mage is horrible.
That. And I think it's just that the fact that, you know, like the item level is so high compared to the thing that's proper for the class that it's overblowing the normal recommendation algorithm.
Actually, the normal recommendation algorithm is recommending the withered wristlet, the brand new ring, and the withered ring. Think about that.
Yeah, it loves those. Breathe. It's not that funny. Honestly.
That is just ridiculous. Okay. I think I can do this. Hi.
Okay. Scouts in distress. More bracelets. Falkrita is growing ever more agitated by the minute. And you trying to asphyxiate yourself over there is not helping her mood.
Sorry! As you may already know, the Maelstrom Scouts have been dispatched to reconnoiter the Sapsa spawning grounds. Though it pains me to admit, the Maelstrom has never faced a foe like this before. We must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, they have orders to determine where Leviathan may emerge, assuming it comes to that. And yet, their return is long overdue. I fear that okay, it would be ill. I fear that ill may befall them. For better or worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it is not too much to ask, I would have you aid in their search. 5 scouts ventured into the Sapsas all told. Here...
5 scouts from all walks of life?
You're not helping! Here, take this flask of restorative to tend those who may have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider the notion, if they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask that you recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory, however. We can ill afford to lose you at this juncture. Roger Dodger! Fortunately, we have something that they never intended at this point in the story.
No!
We can fly!
That's it, you know, gaining some XP by killing a bunch of Zahagan won't go amiss.
Yeah, my poor Red Mage. Okay, what are we looking for? He's hiding over there. Yo, Private! You okay?
Help. Somebody. Of all the times to forget the restorative.
We got a restorative right here.
This fast-acting concoction temporarily imbues strength while suppressing pain, allowing wounded soldiers to make their way to safety. Yeah, definitely used for the use and not the other use.
Oh, you know they're going to use it for the other use. It's guaranteed. They're sailors after all.
They said not to use it for the other use. Thank you. I owe you my life. We were ambushed by the Servant Reavers. Lightly armed as we are, we didn't stand a chance. I was able to flee this far, but the others were captured. They were taken to the Servant's Tongue, I'm certain of it. I can make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you. You're my only hope.
Well, he's in trouble if we're his only hope.
You think? good hands with buns? You're in good wings with Eorzea?
Ow, quit it.
Yeah. Oh god, out here?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the back. Oh, I'm glad we can fly over this. I
Yeah.
know what going through that place on foot is like.
Yeah.
Done it way too often.
Uh-oh, my friends!
And this is why getting across that place is nasty.
I'll just throw a rock at him.
You do that. Well, that didn't turn into a fight for the entire, zone. What do you know?
Great, we have to put another corpse in our back pockets.
Yeah, well.
You know how difficult it is to wash our back pockets, considering that it's infinite space in there sometimes?
Not infinite. Even the quest items bag only has so many slots in it.
Flyers a fly.
Of course, managing to get anywhere near that number of quest items at one time is a little difficult,
Yeah.
considering they don't let you have that many quests.
You've returned. Thank the navigator. When I learned that you went into the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what became of the others? 2 corpses right here, fresh from our
Turned into lilies.
back pockets.
Mutilated corpse of a Maelstrom soldier. It doesn't look very mutilated.
Dear gods! These wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim. Does their savagery know no bounds? Enemies or no, they've gone too far. I dread to think what may have become of the 2 who remained unaccounted for. I pray that they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive, and for that I owe my thanks. Price we paid was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the details of the operation. The warhounds... The war horns will sound any moment now, but be ready to sally forth when they do. Ooh, I should have checked this before talking with her.
Yeah, let's see. Fending, sling, aiming. I don't think I have an aiming class.
$70. Ooh, yeah. Not as bad as the other.
I'm already... Oh, wait. Yeah, I need this. I'm on a... my tank is on a 90 bracelet of maiming.
Well, that would work more than the...
Yeah. But that's the sort of thing I'm talking about. So, time to get that fending.
Yeah, I think offending is in need for both of us. But first, hand over this, go through this. Yes, very sad indeed. Give me that fending. I know, I'm such a joy. Yeah, it's the real in-game is indeed inventory. We refer to it as inventory savage.
Yes. The Gift of Eternity.
Dun dun dun.
Falkbrida awaits the commencement of the operation with barely concealed rage.
I think she's mad.
You think?
Thrice damned fishback bastards. I'll kill them slowly and then chase their rotten souls through all the 7 hells. Oh yeah, she's
yeah,
mad.
I think she's mad.
Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand. Savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Yeah, no. Good. According to our sole surviving scout, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass the Aetheryte in the depths of the Spasa. If we are to act, it must be now. The men are ready. We but await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is likely to meet with fierce resistance. But we are not so artless that... Commander, we shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetheryte and eliminate the Sahagin priests presiding over the summonings. We are not here to kill them all. The Maelstrom is engaged and distract the Sahagin's legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces, lest the foreign levy spearhead the assault, and have the subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the selfsame moment, a diversionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemies offshore. And likewise, we Scions shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive effort. Rina, Ladonia, and Y'shtola, the 3 of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversions should serve to thin the enemy's defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. Thancred, Higiri, your mission is to lure as many Sahagins as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take to your heels and circle round and join the infiltration unit of Y'shtola, Rena, and Ladonia. When all has been set into motion, I myself shall cut a path... Oh, sorry. That was the Admiral. My bad. When all is set into motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetheryte, accompanied by Lady Minfilia, as we agreed. We don't let me keep you, friends. To battle! When last we did fight side by side, Rena, Ladonia? Too long ago, I warrant. But come, let us away. We may have crushed the ambitions of the Serpent Reavers, but their fishback masters yet threaten our shores. Let them come, I say. No Sahuagin force shall breach the tide gates, not while I remain in command. You do so,
Might
girl.
be her generic.
Once everything has been set into motion, I too shall make my way to the Aetheryte. As previously agreed, Lady Menphilia will be with me. Even with the diversions, the path to the Aetheryte is bound to be fraught with danger. Pray be on constant guard, Friths. No worry, we have Eorzea. We can just drop in from them above. So, Eorzea, wanna go plop bombing?
No plop bombing.
No plop bombing?
No.
Oh. Oh. But. Plop!
Hold on.
What?
Y'shtola is behind us.
You'd rather her in front of us? Y'shtola! The summoning ritual is taking place at the Beastman's Aetheryte deep within. Twhether we must go. Obstructing our ways is a multitude of checkpoints. It would be well advised to dispatch as many enemies as possible along the way, that we might avoid later interference. Let us separate routes and merge before the Aetheryte, the better to confuse the enemy sentinels. Well, we got this one cleared, so we're going this way. Oh no, he gave me a boo-boo!
No, you can't have that.
No boo-boos! Okay, we go this way.
Mm-hmm. Fine.
Made a friend!
I unmade him.
I'm going to ignore that one. It's only got a minute on it anyway. Eat holy spam!
Emsts. Why did it have to be Emsts?
At least they're not chucking us ice crystals through walls.
Give them time.
Fine. Drag them all over here so I can AoE them.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
And people said rock throwing was a useless skill.
This way.
It all links up.
Sure.
I'm going around to avoid those, thingamabobbers.
You're being boring.
Yeah, the axolotls. Boring is safe. Boring is warm and comfortable. Hi, Ishola. You fought through the axolotls, didn't you? Pray, do not concern yourself. 'Twas but glancing blow. Come, the Aetheryte is close at hand. Let us press on.
Ooh, only a cine away.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Ooh, good shot!
Did I miss much?
Love the bird has joined us.
Nice!
I don't remember getting that skill. Eorzea.
So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
That is so not a bard.
I'll get a room, you two.
To the Aetheryte!
Nice headshot!
Gee, I didn't think Machinist had been introduced yet.
She's not a machinist. She's a pistolier. Hello, Emerald!
Yeah, don't threaten Minfilia and Thancred around. It won't work out.
No, no.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled Sorwalkers, tormented our kind.
You call us shriveled? You guys are basically skin and bones!
But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall
Listen to
perish
that.
with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
We're gonna have a cloud
I
moment again,
know
aren't
this
we?
sensation.
Maybe.
It's the echo.
What? Such power! It is transcendent!
Thank you!
Yeah.
Oh dear, it didn't work, did it?
No.
Seven hells!
I think the better expression would be bugger.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile!
Where have we seen this trick before?
I am eternal! O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth! Die, damn you! Foolish shorewalker!
That's not good, is it?
Which is eternal!
No. No, it's never good. By the way, you're a little ahead of me.
Unlike last time.
Heavens forfend.
Damn it all!
He's a big un.
My being ebbs away. But it should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Leviathan just went nom nom on that guy's soul, didn't he?
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon. Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Just for the record, I can't swim very well.
My outfit is not the best for swimming.
No, you'd sink like a rock. And last I checked, we can't breathe underwater, can we?
No.
Who
Why,
first?
you'd think we could?
I don't know. Magic?
Are your
Ethan?
spoiler senses tingling?
No? Why would they?
Who first?
That's why I asked you.
Oh. Ishtola.
If we meet Leviathan on the open sea, we put ourselves at the Primal's mercy, but we must think of a way to face him on equal terms. The gods of this realm are vengeful beings. 'Tis little wonder
Well, calling that a god might be a little much.
they're fake gods, and we all know it. 'Tis little wonder the Garleans fear their kind so. Thancred?
Though the mission ended in failure, I take solace in the knowledge that Menphilia is unharmed. Thank you, Thancred.
Had we only arrived but a moment earlier. But there is no time to brood over what it might have been. Leviathan is returned, and we must needs find a way to deal with him. Understand, I speak no normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught have seen in nature. Enough.
That's a scary thought.
Yeah. Enough to raise an entire coast of settlements, if his last attempt is any guide. We cannot suffer the history to be repeated. Yet how in the seven hells are we going to prevent it?
Oh, right. I think I'm fine on those.
Give me casting. I've got a feeling I need casting. Just, I don't know. This kind of tingle in the tips of my ears.
Into the heart of the whirl. Whirlweb is brooding over Leviathan's return.
Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. So far as Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none, of that you may be sure. But Limian... Lilian? No, that's not right.
Limlayan.
Limlayan? Okay. Gods that they never really go into until 6.1.
Spoilers.
But Limian herself would struggle to be best the lord of the world and his elements. In a straight fight, he would make meat and match wood of us. We need another plan. That much is plain. So let us return to Limsa Laminza and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. And they're off. So, want to fight our way through all the Sahagin?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Or we just want to fly?
Fine. Do it the boring way.
Boring is safe.
Boring has no XP.
Oh, true, but, do we really need XP at this point? Oh, maybe.
We're gonna want it in a while. Because with 4 classes, the XP we get during Heavensward will not keep up.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We can always pare down a bit if need be, though. We kind of miss some interesting story bits if we do that. Also, for those who actually play, tomorrow night, starting at 11 p.m. is emergency maintenance for hotfixing. Woohoo!
Oh, kind of late then.
Yeah, 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. Pacific.
Okay then.
Make your time adjustments accordingly.
Someone set us up the patch. Make your time. You have no quest.
Old names are old. We're sucked in. I can't see where we're going. I think this is the right direction, for the most part. Hello, Mr. Gobu. For someone being mossless, you sure have a lot of moss growing on you. And here we are, good old Limsa Lumenza.
Mhm.
Like you can see it. And now it's just, no, it's still kind of socked in.
Now it's
Okay.
still foggy.
Yeah, we're expecting the command room. Yes, I just said that. Oh, there's her shadow. Hello, Ironzar. Who first?
Einzar? If Leviathan is allowed to unleash a tidal wave, nothing within 10 malms of the coast will be safe, let alone Limsa. I trust you see what's at stake here. Ishtala?
To confront the Lord of the Whirl in his watery domain is far from idea, yet he is not like to come to us. Would that he lacked the means to strike us from afar. When I saw Leviathan rise from the depths, I cannot well describe what I felt. No words could prepare one for such a sight.
Being the observant adventurer that you are, you will doubtless have noticed my dagger work back at Sapsa. You know me, Ladonia, Rena. I like to dabble in a bit of this and a bit of that.
Oh, now you're just covering.
No, he's saying he's working his way through every job in the game.
Oh, I wish you luck on that. We're having problems on our own. The Sahagan Elder claimed to have become eternal, yet he was summarily consumed by Leviathan. What might this imply?
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western La Noscia. Hearthstone it was called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the company of heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagan.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations.
Joyful!
If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The company of heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, All these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the company of heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe, but I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed two ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel.
Still sounds like we have a plan.
Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
'Twill be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
Oh boy. Well, a bad plan is better than no plan at all, right?
Very true.
Thancred?
Being the... No, it's the same.
Okay, checking Mephilia. Yeah, same. Roland. I have my people working triple shifts on the twin vessel, but it will take some time yet. Time we may not have. 7 hells. This is This waiting is liable to drive a lot of us mad. Stola. Same as before. Okay. Lady Yagiri?
Actually, before I step into that,
Oops.
because that's probably going to be the end. No items from that one. Right, okay.
Beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Legends tell us that they walked among us in the days of yore, but I confess that I never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I have come face to face with a primal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear them so. What is it?
A message, Admiral. I judged it best that it be delivered at once.
I am listening.
According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan.
One of the company of heroes?
The details are yet hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual.
I'm disinclined to put any stories by this claim, and even should they be true, it is as Y'shtola said, none save the company of heroes have bested Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. If this man is their number, what could he tell us that we do not already know? And yet, having wagered Limsa's survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, can we ill afford to ignore this man? If his testimony could yield any manner of advantage, should we not hear it? Damn it all! The twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report on the supposed primal slayer's claims. Rena, Ladonia, seek him out and learn what he needs to know. What he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning in idleness.
Knowing where this is going, I'd rather be idle.
By the way, your mic is very distant.
Sorry.
But that is correct.
The man you're looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet in Lower Eorzea. The Storm Private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful.
Yeah, the Grey Fleet. We know exactly where this is going. Were our plight any less grim, I should not ask you of this, Rena, Ladonia, but grim it is, and here we are. Go to the Grey Fleet and find out what your fellow Primal Slayer knows, if Primal Slayer he be. Oh, and you have my permission to break his bloody legs if he's lying. Okay, with glee.
And looks like everyone else is still the same.
I think it's time to go get a drink at the Drowning Wench. We're gonna need a drink before we talk to this chap.
Yeah, though given the current events, the Drowning Wench is all too apt.
Yeah, we're gonna drown! Yay!
We're gonna play Drown Ball.
We still don't have Drown Ball in the game yet, do we?
No.
Someday we will have Drown Ball. Here's a good place to sit. With that,
Best.
Yeah. With that, we're gonna have to call it a night. We are over our time. Thank you very much all for joining us. We hope to see you next week for more Heaven on High as we start floor 91. Woo!
Yeah.
And that'll be on Theron, Riley, and Talon. And then on Sunday, we're debating on whether we want to finish this off or head to Second Coil of Bahamut. We shall see.
If we can do that, I'd say we go for that and get it done.
In any case, you all have a great evening. Thanks so much for joining us. Be safe, be well, sleep well, and hope to see you next Saturday starting at 9:30 Pacific.
Yeah, great to have everyone along. Hope you have a wonderful week.
Good night.
Good night.